As the wizard read the inscriptions, legends of artifacts began to emerge. There had once been 3 guardians, each with an artifact to protect. The Trine was an artifact of the soul and righteousness, and a catalyst for the powers of good that had quietly helped raise young, good-hearted wizards in the Astral Academy. The 2 remaining artifacts were mentioned only briefly. The second artifact, that pertained to mind and power, had been stored in the great castle in the middle of the kingdom. The wizard did not yet understand everything the inscription said, because some pieces were clearly missing. But it was enough. Their destination was the castle, home of the second artifact. Ominous sounds echoed in the distance. A vast wasteland lay between our heroes and the castle, the Dragon Graveyard.
It all makes sense now. Our souls are entwined in this artifact, and our physical beings are mere images of our soul.
Oh, I'm getting hungry from all this fighting.
Why don't you listen to me? This is exciting. We must hurry to the castle.
And this is the way. Dragon Graveyard. So instead of small birds, we go where the big ones roost. What will we do if they've come to life?
It's the fastest way to the castle, my darling. Trust me.
Trine walkthrough for spacetopgames.com. This is the Dragon Graveyard level, which is the 4th level in Trine, and it's kind of challenging. The ending is a little bit annoying, but the rest is essentially the same as the other levels. You just have to do the random puzzles and then kill all the enemies that you find. For the first part, to get up there, it's best if you put these 2 blocks on top of each other and then jump up here. And there are a couple of times that I kind of mess up, and you'll see those, but that's always going to happen. Kind of hard to play these games perfectly because the enemies are a little bit glitchy, and the game itself, it's a really good game, but it wasn't put together all that great combat-wise. Right here, it's easiest if you just drop these blocks on these skeletons because they can't jump up to you when you're standing on that platform. And then you just get 4 free kills there. And then down here, you can use the knight to break through those planks to get into an extra experience. And of course I leveled up, but right here I'm grabbing the box, which I did miss the chest in the previous video, but if you miss it, it will give it to you anyway. So I'm gonna upgrade the thief's bow, and then once the wizard gets the plank ability, I'm going to upgrade that, and that happens in this level. And it's kind of cool because if you go on the top, it'll show all the names and health and everything. And I think you could put points into the name. I might be wrong on that, but anyway, for this part, I just stuck a block, or the cube that you can make, into the spikes, because for some reason that works. I don't know how. And there are a bunch of parts in this level that I'm pretty sure that I don't do like you're supposed to. Like right here, I kind of do some trickery, which messed up right there. Also, upgrading the thief's bow gives you the ability to shoot 2 arrows at once. So after doing the fancy trickery and then getting these 3 experience vials, I open this chest and you get leggings out of this one. What those do is that they reduce the damage taken if you are hit on the legs, and because the knight is the only person that is really that going to be hit that much, I gave them to him. I pretty much give all life boosting and protection to the knight because that's just how I am. Feel free to give it to whoever else if you want. There are also many more checkpoints in this level compared to other levels. I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe it's just because they're closer together. There really aren't more. I don't know. And there are also some parts that seem as if either I am completely missing the way you're supposed to do them, and right there, I don't know what happened. I just fell and died. But there are some parts that I don't know if if I just cannot see how to do them, or if it's really the way that you're supposed to be doing them the way I am. I don't know. But either way, right here I am again doing a little bit fancy trickery, and it's not working that time it works. And doing that kind of grappling up, where you grapple, go up, and then swing up onto the top, for some reason that's easier on the PlayStation than it is on the computer. So, I don't know. Anyway, here's another chest where you get the plank ability for the knight, but before, I mean not the knight, the wizard. Before you do that though, you need to let these skeletons spawn, because if you don't, they will kill you they will shred you into tiny, tiny pieces. And I was about to say they kill you into tiny pieces, which can work, I guess. But anyway, right here was kind of a close thing for me, because I was kind of cornered in by the skeletons. One spawned and one was on top of me. But somehow I managed to kill them all without taking too much damage. And another thing for those skeletons is that you need to let them attack you first, because if you attack them before they attack you, then they're gonna hit you. I don't know why that always happens, but pretty much just playing you'll be able to learn what I mean. Also, if you're below, I think around a quarter of a health, I might be more closer to a fifth of a health, you can just go over a checkpoint and it'll bring it up. But it has to be really low for it to bring it up. So then right there, after you defeat that skeleton, you need to build or make a plank by drawing a straight line. And the longer you make the line, the longer the plank, but it is limited, of course. And right there I upgraded the plank so I can output 2 at once instead of just 1. So right here you want to make a box and jump over this spike ball on a chain, because it is really, that thing will kill you in 2 hits, and maybe even faster than that. But you don't want to try and jump over this gap, you want to put a plank. And if you put a point into 2 planks, just stand on the other one and put another plank. And then right here you can jump down onto the other platforms without the use of a plank, even though you are welcome to use them if you feel the need. Right where that spinning platform is, down on the bottom left, that is where another experience vial is, and that one for some reason is extremely annoying to get. And there, you can grapple under it, and I kind of got lucky getting it. I put a plank here and then the plank stood up, so I got hit by the spikes and jumped up the plank and then up into here. And I do not think that's how you're supposed to get it. I think you're supposed to try and grapple onto the underside and go up, but either way it worked for me. I really am not sure why that why that happened. So then you just want to come up here, and again there are other ways of getting on top of these besides doing my trick of using the thief, but I just like using the thief because it's easier. And once you get that trick down, which is kind of hard to explain, then it's really helpful. Right here is a little bit annoying to get up to that chest. I tried to put a block here to jump over there, but it wasn't high enough, and I guess it wasn't close enough either. So I had to kill these skeletons before I could get up to that chest. And once you do, the best way I found is to either go on the other side or just build a block and a plank here, and you should be able to get up pretty easy. And this chest has the bottle of poison, which I would give to the thief, because later on the knight is going to have a fire sword, and the poison is useless when combined with the fire sword, and the fire sword is permanent if you upgrade it to that. And it's also the best sword, so I would just give it to the thief because it works better that way. And it also won't work with fire arrows, but you're not when you do get fire arrows, it's not smart to use them all the time because it uses your energy too much. So right here I just did that other trick to get up here. You don't have to do that. But once you do get up here, you have to be careful of all these skeletons spawning, and when they do, it's best to run to the left. And this does kind of glitch the game a little bit because all the skeletons won't spawn when you kill them like they should. They'll spawn when you continue on later, and then they'll end up coming behind you. But Anyway, just when they do spawn there, come to the left and then destroy all the ones that are the swords, the sword skeletons, and then go take care of the remaining sword skeletons and the arrow skeletons. And the arrow skeletons up there are kind of annoying. If possible, I would try to knock them down. It just makes them easier to deal with. And of course, having 2 arrows shot at once always helps. So right here, I just made another box, and I made it over here so it'd be easier to place. And I don't know how that shape was a box, but the game accepted it, and that's all that matters. So I come up here again, and again, you could probably put another box to get up there, but I just like doing this trick. And also, I keep forgetting in this that I have another box ability. And I also forgot you could grapple over to the other side right there, so I didn't have to do that plank trick. But what I meant is that I could put down 2 boxes. I kept forgetting that I could do that, so that probably would have helped. And I figured it out at the end of this level. But right there's a dead skeleton, and I just randomly picked up experience. That's because the box was there and the skeleton, or the other skeleton, couldn't. I think there were 2 skeletons. They couldn't climb up because of the box, so the spikes killed them, and I got the experience as a result of that. And right here for this one, you just want to knock them off of that, and then go on top, or go onto these platforms. And then you'll want to get on top of these, the planks on top of these platforms, because there is going to be more experience up here, and it will pretty much be the only way to safely avoid those spike balls on chains. Pendulums, they're not really pendulums, but they swing like one. So there's also there's 3 experience vials down here. The first one is under these boxes, which you're gonna need 1 of these boxes, so, or yeah, you won't need any, but as I said, I forgot I could put 2 boxes. So I just took this one over and then put another box on top of it. And then for this experience vial where the pendulum is swinging, if you can call it that, just wait for it to swing to the left and then grab it and come back down. And then the safest way to get back on top is to just go on these platforms again. So once you get on here, wait for that one to swing to the left and then jump down. And this is yet again where a bunch of skeletons are going to spawn again. So grab the checkpoint if you want, but I didn't, and I probably should have, but I didn't die, so either way. Better to be safe than not safe, I guess, but I would grab the checkpoint before you try and take on all of these skeletons. And then there's going to be about 2 or 3 more spawns of them, I think. And it's kind of insane how many skeletons spawn when you're playing on very hard, because I don't know, it seems as if they just overdid the enemies. But right there's another one. I thought they were all gone, but now that's the last one. So this part is really annoying. You need to kind of do some tricks, kind of get the right one to stop, and I've never been able to figure out how to get both of them to align where I can get up there probably like you're supposed to, but you need to get this one to stop, which I tried putting planks here and they just kept sliding all over the place. It just wasn't working right. So I eventually put a box, and trying to stop it is pretty much pointless, but I eventually just put a box right here. And then that quit it from spinning too much, so I put another plank, which pretty much stopped it from spinning altogether. And then I had to do some fancy plank jumping here, and this part I kind of got lucky because I put a small plank here, I put another box, and then I put a small plank right about here, and then jumped up, and that's it for the level.